Larry Holder, Clyde Verdane here with you, and LSU Pro Day wrapping up earlier this week. And I think the receivers have done themselves some favors as far as Pro Day. And then we know DJ Chark did himself some favors starting at the Senior Bowl, has done well at the Combine. And I could tell you that there are plenty of teams interested in Chark. And I could tell you, for one, the Carolina Panthers could be zeroing in on him because they need some wide receiver help. But let's spin it maybe a little bit more toward the Saints. I can see it might be a little bit of a stretch, but I think Chark brings some ability. And the Saints, after number 27 in the draft, they don't pick again until 91. We know wide receiver could be something they can look at. And, Clyde, I know you're very familiar with DJ Chark's game and just kind of his progression that he's made throughout this draft process.
Yeah, man, the difference a career makes, the difference a year makes even for DJ Chark. I mean, being able to see him progress and become the wide receiving threat that he's become is not a surprise because he's put the work in. I mean, a lot of it privately, a lot of it people have been able to see. But he's been able to put the work in. And I think now he's seeing the fruits of his labor come to fruition. What he was able to do specifically at this pro day and what he's been able to do this entire offseason has helped in, I think, a lot of people's minds, kind of put him from a player that was kind of on the fringes, but definitely in the draft. But like now, people are talking about him as a first-round pick. I don't see why they shouldn't, because you know what you're getting in DJ Chark. You're going to get a fast, blazing fast, athletic, deep threat. But at the same time, you're also getting a guy who can run the routes, who can catch the ball, and in the biggest moments, catch the touchdowns when it matters most. And I think the biggest thing for him that he's been able to show, specifically for teams like the Panthers and the Saints, is that one thing that both teams really want, that they have with a great quarterback or a good enough quarterback with a good arm, is that they need somebody to go long. They need somebody to go deep. Basically just blow past the guy, catch the ball, catch touchdowns, give your team an opportunity to score. And I think Chark provides that. And I think with some of the catches he made at Pro Day and some of the catches we've seen him do over the course of his career at LSU, I think he's a no doubt lock to be a very, very quality player in the NFL.
And let's switch it over to Russell Gage. Look, he played in, I think it was maybe the NFLPA game.
Yes.
So it was one of the lesser, say, Senior Bowl type showcases in the offseason. But he ran well. And, look, he's not going to get the same hype as Chark. And yet you look at what he was able to do there, and I know the interest has grown in him. I'm curious to see what he can do maybe on some visits. He's got some versatility, but someone you could certainly say helped himself after LSU Pro Day.
Absolutely. And despite what you may think, no, Russell Gage was not a track athlete, or at least he wasn't in college, but some of the highlight reel plays he made during the year, being able to hurdle guys, is going to be clearly the standout thing that I think a lot of NFL draft people are going to remember, because not just anybody can do that. That's not easy. Like, guys coming at you at full speed, they're just able to just, with ease, leap over and continue on your route to get more yards after the catch is a quality, and a stud quality. And one thing I think about Russell, too, that I also think about with DJ is that I think about what both of those guys were at when they started LSU. I mean, they were a little bit, not necessarily lesser known, but they were guys who were going to be quality squad guys, role guys that they would have to project into being stars. And I think for DJ, you saw that a little bit with him being used on, misdirection plays and things like that up into what he is. And I think for Russell, the great thing about him is that he has worked his butt off tirelessly, unheralded, to be a quality receiver, not just for LSU in a passing game that need him to be this year, but he's shown what he can do for teams that also have quality quarterbacks and can trust a guy like him to be able to haul in the ball, try to get yards after the catch, and then go forward from that. And I think for both of those guys, it's amazing to see their progression, and I can't wait to see what teams land them. If the Saints are there for at least one of them, who knows? But clearly, both of those guys are going to be very, very quality pickups for whatever teams they go to.
I always find it interesting in draft season where LSU wide receivers, for the most part, their stock rises once they leave LSU because the quarterback play in some of these all-star games a little bit better than what they dealt with up in Baton Rouge. So it'll be interesting to see about DJ and Russell. So, all right, follow all of our coverage of all things LSU and, of course, all things Saints, NFL Draft, everything at NOLA.com and in our print editions for the Times-Picayune. So for Clyde Verdane, I'm Larry Holder. Thanks for joining us.